Thank you for downloading this RealAgriculture podcast. Excite your crops with inputs from Excite Bio. Access nitrogen and phosphorus with Excite Bio's lineup of inoculants and ag biologicals. Since 2010, they've been helping farmers harness the power of the soil. Learn more at excitebio.ca. That's XITEBIO.ca.
Bernard Tobin here at the Commodity Classic in Houston, Texas. Catching up now with Kurt Blade, Senior Vice President, the Association of Equipment Manufacturers, AEM. Kurt, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. It's so fun to be at Commodity Classic where we've got some of the latest and greatest technology on display for farmers to see, oftentimes for the first time, making a big difference, and the enthusiasm is high.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about sales and trends. I mean, it's always where we want to talk about who's buying equipment, how much is moving. Where are we on the tractor sales side of things year over year? Maybe a little softer?
Yeah, I mean, tractor sales and combine sales have been a little bit soft this past year. We ended for row crop tractors. We ended basically flat. Combines and articulated four-wheel drive tractors ended 2003 up a little bit, and small tractors ended up a little bit soft. That happened in both U.S. and Canada. Kind of had that same trend. As we look into 2024, we're seeing kind of more of the same. There's some softness. We started off a little bit soft in January. Probably because of commodity prices, maybe because of interest rates. But overall, the fundamentals up behind agriculture continue to be strong. So we're in a place like we are here at Commodity Classic, where it's fun to see this technology. You know that these tractor sales will probably continue to be strong for the foreseeable future.
What do you like about what you're seeing from a new release perspective? There's combines, there's tractors, there's lots of things going on.
There are 7 combines on the floor here at Commodity Classic. That's the most I've ever seen here. And some of those are new. A couple of them are being seen in the public for the first time. That's pretty exciting. That's new technology that, obviously a farmer doesn't buy a combine for next year's harvest. They buy a combine for the next 5-10 years harvest. And they're doing that, they're making that sizable investment because it makes good sense economically for their business. So to see this new technology that is making a fundamental difference in farmers' productivity, and see it on display, and then seeing the farmers kick the tires on it, it's pretty exciting. Gives me a lot of hope for the future. Also gives me a lot of hope for the optimism that the farmer has when they're making those purchase decisions.
You talked about optimism, and we can't sort of ignore where commodity prices are these days. What do you expect to hear from farmers at this show, here in Texas?
Well, I think what I've heard from a lot of farmers so far is cautious optimism. I mean, we all know where commodity prices are right now. We know what the market has sort of been right now. We've got global issues. We don't have a farm bill just yet. We've got some questions around renewable fuels. All of these things are real, and they're weighing on the psyche of farmers. But at a show like this, where you see technology, you see farmers getting together, where they're talking about policy decisions and policy priorities, the optimism continues to be high, despite some of the challenges that the industry is facing right now.
Hey, let's talk about supply chains. It's something we've been talking about a number of years. Going back to the pandemic, are manufacturers doing better now? Are we seeing more tractors on farms faster?
We're really starting to see some of those supply chain challenges we were dealing with during the pandemic really kind of working themselves out finally. I mean, it takes 100% of the parts to ship a combine or ship a tractor, and we were dealt that blow. What we're also finding is that I think the manufacturers look at their sourcing of supply and recognizing that we had a brilliantly efficient just-in-time delivery system, and we're realizing that maybe we need to find some additional resiliency built into that supply chain so we don't have those disruptions in the past. And so that we're really looking forward to seeing that. When you start to see farmer lots right now, or dealer lots right now, you're seeing a little bit more equipment starting to show up, and we're seeing some of those lead times that we were experiencing the last couple of years really begin to reduce to satisfy that demand in a timely manner.
Final question for you, Kurt, and that is about, I guess, alternative power solutions. I was in Germany this year at Agritechnica, and we were looking at a lot of electric tractors, and there didn't seem to be the same buzz about, you know, that segment. Where are manufacturers now on alternative power, and specifically electric tractors?
Well, if you ask any one of the manufacturers, whether it's an ag, construction, forestry, mining, utility within agriculture, they're all trying to solve that same zero emissions challenge that we've been given. We all want to make the world a better place. Having said that, some of the technology works very well in off-road capacities, and some of it just is not necessarily set out. So electrical tractors is a perfect example. In certain situations, that might be a perfect application for that battery technology. In row crops, maybe not so much. So that's where we're beginning to see a lot of energy around, you know, either hybrid technology or, you know, a lot of buzz around hydrogen, a lot of buzz around methane, different types of technology that are all trying to find ways for farmers to meet their climate goals, have society meet its climate goals, and still get the work that needs to be done that we've been doing with diesel for years and years.
Well, Kurt, hey, great stuff. Appreciate you making some time for Real Agriculture Commodity Classic.
You bet. Thank you for having me on.